Hi, my name is Maicon Bernardino. I am professor and research at Federal University of Pampa from the Southwest Brazil. I will present our study called Taxonomy of Performance Testing Tools, a systematic literature review. I am at home in quarantine because coronavirus. Sorry if this video is a poor quality, but follow. Introduction. Software testing is a fundamental activity of software quality assurance. A possibility to gain in productivity is through services shared on cloud. In new term, known as testing as a service, TaaS, is becoming a trending topic in different research community as well as cloud computing and IT businesses. TaaS is a relatively new aspect of software testing and comes with many potential risks and challenges which can be mapped through their quality attributes. In order to reach these quality attributes, our research presents systematic literature map (SLM) process applied to complete a systematic mapping study. Testing as a service. Software testing as a service leverages the vast resource of cloud environments to offer testing services to consumers and on demand basis. TaaS could potentially revolutionize software testing, promising reduced costs while offering more through testing. The main goal of TaaS is to reduce the budget of IT companies so that they can concentrate on their own business and can outsource the software testing to third parties. Our contributions. This paper presents the results of a systematic literature map. Our contribution is threefold. First, an analysis of 76 TaaS cloud platforms, including quality attributes discussed as advantages and disadvantages. 2. An analysis of their innovative features that make this a well-established research field. 3. An analysis of the results reported by existing works in the test development practice. Related work. Zakaria et al. Presents a SLR of unit testing approaches for business process execution language, BPEL, which provides an overview of how BPEL is tested and verified for correctness. Camphora and Penta identify open research issues in testing of service-centric systems. They also provide insights about the reason why web services are becoming a popular choice for certain development tasks. Legramante classifies web services testing approaches through a survey of various testing approaches which have been used for testing of web services. The author classifies and identifies 4 categories: WSDL-based, mutation-based, testing modeling, XML-based approach. The survey conducted by Tiley summarized the major software testing problems expressed by professionals of the area. The study provides an overview of testing as a service TaaS based on a research for existing business offer and academic research. To clarify concepts, objectives, and types of TaaS platforms, Bertolino provides a brief description of different clouds deployment models. The study conducted by Piluta aims to report security principles in cloud computing and to ensure that data confidentiality, integrity, and availability are preserved. Now I will talk about our research methods. We aim at identifying the academic and performance search tools and find out their quality attributes. In this sense, the description of the goal is described according to GQM, goal, question, and metric paradigm. For the purpose of identify, characterize in relation to testing as a service from the point of view of test engineers and researchers in this context of test engineering. Research questions. The research questions are structured based on the PICO criteria: population, published research on software, intervention, testing as a service, comparison, not applicable, outcome, published papers on TAP, context of software testing practice and research. Research questions, thus, based on PICO criteria, we formulate 4 research questions. Research question 1. What are the main advantages described in the literature when using TaaS? Research question 2. What are the main disadvantages described in the literature when using TaaS? Research question 3. What are the major TaaS providers and TaaS platforms that are being mentioned in the literature? Research question 4. What are the research types that are applied in the literature? Database selection. Our initial selection process was conducted in April 2019 on ACM Digital Library, Engineering Village, EEE Explorer, Springer Link, and Scopus, and provided close to 633 results. Our selection process was defined in 4 steps. Initial selection. The strings are generated using the selected terms and synonyms and were run in the selected database, resulting in 633 studies. Removal of duplicates. After filtering out duplicated entries, this reduced the number of resulting to 559. After separately applying inclusion and exclusion criteria, the number of results was reduced to 52 papers. In the final steps, data extraction, we extracted relevant data from 52 selection publications, researcher 1, 2, and 3, filled in a form produced to help answer the research questions, mapping 76 platforms and providers. Results. Research question 1. What are the main advantages described in the literature when using TaaS? We identify 21 advantages. For instance, cross-platform testing, determining the behavior of application and website in different environments. Cost-effective. The major advantages of implementing a TaaS model is reduced costs, since the entire infrastructure is hosted on cloud. It doesn't require investments of setting up servers, tools, or operating systems, which reduces the capital and depreciation costs. Less time consuming. With the high availability of resources and allocation of this, the tests tend to run faster. This impacts the speed at which you will get the test results and the total cost of this. Global availability is the probability a system is functioning when needed to, under normal operation conditions. When the system is alive and well, the organization can continue produce outputs and running tests. Geographical distribution. Clouds allow the simulations of multiple users from different locations. Transparency. TaaS is measured as services and resources can be measured on both sides. This provides transparency for both the provider and the consumer. It allows pay-as-you-test pricing system. Research question 2. What are the main disadvantages described in the literature when using TaaS? We found 7 disadvantages. For instance, requires special technical testing in the cloud might require special technical skills to appropriately utilize the TaaS platform to generate test cases and scripts. Lack of full automation. Some platforms require the TaaS user to enter parameters at each stage of the test run. These tests are not fully automated and may require user knowledge. Vendor lock-in. No one has proprietary lock-in or customer lock-in, makes a customer dependent on a platform for testing services, unable to use another vendor without substantial switching costs. Lock-in costs that create barriers to market entry may result in antitrust action against a monopoly. Research question 3. What are the major TaaS providers and TaaS platforms that are being mentioned in the literature? The purpose of these questions is to map the platforms used or proposed by scientific primary studies that support some kind of performance testing. In total, 76 TaaS platforms were identified through our SLM. The platforms more mentioned were Cloud9, 9 times, and Soasta, 12 times. Results. Research question 4. What are the research types that are applied in the literature? Due to the nature of this review, there was a great tendency to select papers categorized as technological. Perhaps the main contribution of those offered was the proposal and expansion of platforms for testing as a service. Hence, technological was mentioned 38 times, while literature review was mentioned 6 times. Now, I will talk about our threats to validity our study. Construct validity. It's important to research that our analysis is built on well-accepted guidelines for performance systematically mapped in software engineering, proposed by Peterson, including our research. The limitation of the search mechanisms for set of keywords defined in this study and the lack of them in some of the related works. In order to avoid this bias, articles not found in databases were manually inserted into the body of knowledge. Internal validity. In order to reduce possible bias, the stages of selection of the studies and data extraction were carried out by 2 engaged researchers. These results found by each were tabled and compared, so that any kind of bias could be identified, and thus, for different results, a consensus was solved. External validity. The use of well-defined and validated protocol ensures that any other groups of researchers could replicate this review using the same set of parameters would yield the same results. Conclusion validity. The generated strings was tested and the results were previously analyzed in a way that one could not see the relevance of the same. When necessary, this search string was modified and the process was redone. Perspective of research. We mapping the following perspectives, exploring types of applications best suited for TaaS, determining the effects of TaaS on a customer business, developing pricing models and services description for TaaS, identifying how to handle TaaS data, especially when related to confidential customer information, defining quality of services standards for TaaS, and evaluating which TaaS models and metrics are important for new types of TaaS services in the cloud. Final remarks. A systematic literature mapping was carried out to identify and consolidate the related work, thus providing a good document that can assist and guide the decision-making process in the TaaS engineering area, as well as directing future research to contribute to this body of knowledge. With the summarization, it was possible to verify the number of papers published in the area. The earliest paper was published in 2008 and the last one in late 2018. These numbers suggest a growth curve from 2015, reaching its apex in 2017. Thus, our conclusion is that the research area is very recent, inexpensive, and demonstrates an increase of interest by the academic community. Thanks so much for your attention. If you have any question, please send them by email to Bernardino@acm.org. Thank you.